Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabi. I welcome you to Nervous System Part 3. Without wasting any of our time, let's go directly to our quiz. A mass of nervous tissue containing the cell bodies of the neurons lying outside the central nervous system, or a collection of cell bodies within the peripheral nervous system. For example, the dorsal root. A. Afferent neuron. B. Ganglion. C. Motor neuron. D. Cerebellum. And the answer is B. Ganglion. Efferent neuron carries messages from the central nervous system to an effector, cell body located at the end of axon inside central nervous system. A. Afferent neuron. B. Ganglion. C. Motor neuron. D. Cerebellum. And the answer is C. Motor neuron. That part of the human brain lying beside the medulla oblongata. It coordinates voluntary muscle activity and balance in the body. A. Afferent neuron. B. Ganglion. C. Motor neuron. D. Cerebellum. And the answer is D. Cerebellum. A nerve conducting an impulse inwards or towards the central nervous system. Cell body found somewhere along the length of neuron outside central nervous system, e.g. sensory neurons. A. Afferent neuron. B. Ganglion. C. Motor neuron. D. Cerebellum. And the answer is A. Afferent neuron. Sudden involuntary movement of the lower leg caused by striking the tendon just below the patella. A. Dopamine. B. Cerebral cortex. C. Motor neuron. D. Knee jerk. And the answer is D. Knee jerk. Outer layer of the cerebral hemisphere composed of gray matter. A. Dopamine. B. Cerebral cortex. C. Motor neuron. D. Knee jerk. And the answer is B. Cerebral cortex. a neurotransmitter. The lack of this causes Parkinson's disease. A. Dopamine. B. Cerebral cortex. C. Motor neuron. D. Knee jerk. And the answer is A. Dopamine. Efferent neuron carries message from the central nervous system to an effector cell body located at the end of axon inside central nervous system. A. Dopamine. B. Cerebral cortex. C. Motor neuron. D. Knee jerk. And the answer is C. Motor neuron. A short branched process, a piece sticking out of a nerve cell or neuron, which receive impulses and transmit them towards the cell body. A. Dendrite. B. Hypothalamus. C. Effector. D. Medulla oblongata. And the answer is A. Dendrite. A muscle or a gland that responds when stimulated by a nerve impulse. A. Dendrite. B. Hypothalamus. C. Effector. D. Medulla oblongata. And the answer is C. Medulla effector. Part of the brain directly observed above the spinal cord, responsible for involuntary muscle activities. For example, breathing, heartbeat, saliva production, and swallowing. A. Dendrite. B. Hypothalamus. C. Effector. D. Medulla oblongata. And the answer is D. Medulla oblongata. Part of the brain above the pituitary gland, responsible for appetite, sleep, osmoregulation, body temperature, maintains homeostasis. A. Dendrite. B. Hypothalamus. C. Effector. D. Medulla oblongata. And the answer is B. Hypothalamus. Fluid of the brain and spinal cord. A. Impulse transmission. B. Brain. C. Cerebrospinal fluid. D. central canal. And the answer is C, cerebrospinal fluid. An enlargement at the top of the spinal cord, where most decisions are made in response to information received from the sense organs. In vertebrates, it is the part of the central nervous system enclosed in the skull. Consists of the olfactory lobes, cerebrum, pineal body, thalamus, hypothalamus, midbrain, pons, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. A. Impulse transmission. B. Brain. C. Cerebrospinal fluid. D. Central canal. And the answer is B. Brain. The carrying of messages by neurons over large distance in the body with no loss of intensity involves the movement of ions in and out of the neurons. A. Impulse transmission. B. Brain. C. Cerebrospinal fluid. D. Central canal. And the answer is A. Impulse transmission. Tube found in the center of the spinal cord, filled with cerebral fluid. A. Impulse transmission. B. Brain. C. Cerebrospinal fluid. D. Central canal. And the answer is D. Central canal. Nerve cell that connects a sensory neuron and a motor neuron. An interneuron. A. Dopamine. B. Association neuron. C. Knee jerk. D. Cerebrospinal fluid. And the answer is B. Association neuron. Hello friends, thank you for participating in Nervous System Part 3. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. I'm Joshua Mugabi. Bye-bye for now.